Okay, well, I'm back here for my trial run of the PowerPlasma 50. I have not powered the unit up yet. I have just finished wiring in the plug and hooking up the workpiece ground, and then the as well as the torch with the European connector. That seemed to go together pretty well. I do just notice it has plastic threads on the torch when you connect it, so I would say that's certainly something to be gentle with whenever you connect it, to make sure you don't strip those threads. Other than that, I measured out the cables that have come with it, because I didn't really see that in the literature. The power cord that comes equipped on it is an 8-foot power cord, and the torch that's standard with it is a 15-foot torch, and the workpiece cable is a 10-foot cable. So you're seeing it for the very first time, just like me, and we're going to go ahead and power it up and make sure that it fires up fine. One other thing I'd note, when I put the cover back on, that that bracket really does not fit well on the back for the water separator, so I would certainly, I'm sure at some point I'm going to go ahead and modify that bracket with something that sticks out a little more, because with that plastic back covering, the air filter just fits too tight against that. So we'll modify that later, but right now we're going to see what happens. And here goes power. Okay, we got a fan powering up. And again, on my earlier video I showed that it did come with a cracked rear cover, but I did check everything out inside. It looks fine. So I'll get a hold of customer service, and I'll let you know how they do. Hopefully, if this unit's working well and that, they'll just go ahead and ship me out another cover, and I'll swap it out on the back, unless they just want to send me a whole new unit. Looking at the front here, I did have it turned down to 20 amps, and it looks like the digital readout is spot on at 20 amps. I'll go ahead and just turn that, and so far so good. Looks like that is given the normal increments as I go up. And then it hit the stop. I know that doesn't show that it's all the way to 50, but whenever the knob stops, it is right at it's showing right at 50 amps. The green power light's on, and the shows that I've got air pressure to it. I've got the air gauge right now set, looks like right about 65 pounds. The adjustment knob on that is pretty tight as far as popping it out and moving a little bit. I bump that up just a little bit, get a little closer to 70, and then push it back in and set it. Okay. The other thing it didn't say for sure is showing the consumables, but it did fortunately come with the torch guide, which I was glad to see. And it's supposed to be pilot arc. My tip did have some wear to it, so it looks like the torch has been tested, or hopefully the unit's been tested. They say they test each unit, so we're going to fire it up and see if when I pull the trigger, what happens. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and just bump this back down for right now. We'll put it on, let's go with 30 just to see what happens. I do have it on time flow. I set my post flow timer right about they said about the 12 o'clock position, so straight up and down. And I've got it set for manual torch, which is what I've got here instead of the track torch. And so let's see if pilot arc fires up for the very first time. You're looking at it just like I am. Well, that's a beautiful sound. I didn't see my amperage gauge going at all, and it does seem to be okay, folks. Well, so far so good. Anybody else that's kind of a closet metal worker there, I'm as excited as all get out. And so next video I'll show you some actual very first test cuts. And it looks like my time flow did turn off just right. Compressor's kicking on now, so it's going to be a little noisy, so I'll see you on the next one.